Chris. And the only thing I am going to say is I am not your co-commentator. I am still in charge of you. I'm just letting you do this for once, just so you can see.
Yeah, but for tonight, you're under the title of My Bitch.
I think you'll find that I am not. Once again, do something. I don't know what. I'll get Jet Albatross to do something for you. There we go. So
The fact that you're willing to talk to him is quite worrying. But anyway, we have already started qualifying. It is 100% rain. I didn't see what it was for the race, unfortunately, but I'd imagine it'd be dry.
27% chance of rain in the race.
There we go. That's why we've got Bob as his co-commentator, because he does the extra stuff. And Davey is currently leading the pack out in the Force India. And to be fair, Davey's had a bit of a poor run of form since his first race on Australia.
Indeed, he has. Well, he actually had a good result last week in January. After the mistake by Blackster Hill and obviously consequently affecting Flame Dragon, he did take that second place last week, Davey. So he did struck some form back again. And he had a decent race actually, but his first stint on those prime tyres did really affect him. But let's keep our fingers crossed that everybody has a good race tonight. As we said, it's going to be a wet session, 100% rain for this qualifying. So we're going to see people going out for maybe 5 laps on their first stint, as Davey is at the front of the pack. So Chris, I will let you take it away.
Oh, you're too kind, Bobbers, but he's got a very clean exit out of the final corner. And no DRS because of the wet weather conditions, so these drivers are going to be going a hell of a lot slower than they would in the F1 division yesterday. As he approaches turn 1, brakes at a 50-metre board, gets a little bit wide but gets a nice exit for turn 2. Still, the wheel spin is so bad from the wet conditions. Sounds like he's still in 3rd gear there.
I think it sounded like 4th gear there, Chris. But yeah, the lack of traction on here is quite substantial compared to the last game on 2013. There's just not a lot of grip in these cars, and it's not all really down to the the tyres, because the tyre compounds are actually slightly harder compared to what they were the last season. So they should be more durable. But yeah, the traction through these corners, and Davey sliding the car through turn 7 there and compromising him through turn 8 as he comes into turn 9, which is a really difficult corner. You know, you can't go full throttle anymore. You have to ease off, maybe even with a potential downshift. And yeah, he seems to be taking it very easy, as Davey. So yeah, obviously the guys are going to get used to these conditions, go for 5 laps of fuel, put some consistent laps in. But I wonder if everyone else has got the same problem with this traction, or is it just down to their setups?
I'd imagine it would be for all drivers, but we'll see from the lap times as Davey is about to approach the final corner to set the first lap time of this qualifying session, and by the looks of it, it's not going to be any more than a 1:34.
No, it's a 33.5. He's proven you wrong there, Chris. Well, as the second car comes across the line, Davey's been beaten already by whoever was behind him, and that's Dizzy G. A half a hundredth quicker. The lap times, LGS is currently in 3 on a 34.0. Who's now actually been beaten by Flame Dragon and goes to 33.8. Now, Flame Dragon hasn't really had that much practice this week because of his own connection problems, but fingers crossed he can stay in tonight. And he's, so on minimal practice, he's actually putting a really good first lap.
Indeed, somebody else has now gone faster than Davey, but like you say, it's great to see that Flame Dragon is finally back. I know he's had about 2 or 3 days without no internet, so I do feel for you. But obviously, great to see you back tonight, and hopefully to score some decent World Championship points like you did in China.
Indeed. Well, Jambo's actually the guy who's gone quickest. He's done a 33.5 himself, so the top 3 separated by less than a tenth at the moment. Jambo had a poor race last week, not really his own fault. Connection was a real issue last week in China. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it is much better tonight for everybody. Jambo comes in towards turn 5 now. He doesn't. He's another driver really struggling for traction here, and well, just quite clear. So he comes in towards turn 7, and he's gone wide as a result of the poor grip he's got, and and he missed his turn 8, and he's now caught turn 9. So this lap from Jambo doesn't seem to be, well, he's not going to be setting the field alight anyway, at least. So, even though you are the leader of this, technically, Jambo's been beaten now, actually. Who was your man for pole position? as LGS has actually gone pole on a third. Okay, he hasn't gone pole. Someone else has just improved.
And that would be Footy.
33.3. He has literally gone less than 200 quicker than LGS.
Well, I think from what I've seen and what I've heard from people, it sounds like in the dry it is very much a wheel circuit, especially in qualifying. But I feel with the wet weather conditions, it's going to favour pads a lot more, which is surprising to see LGS up there, unfortunately. And
Horrible.
oh well, he does it to me. But I've got a feeling that we might see Jambo pull a lap out of the bag and get yet another pole position.
Well, one person I'm going to back again, just like last week, is Footy, because he proves he's got the one-lap pace, and he was unlucky with some incidents that he had in China. So I'm going to back him actually for both the qualifying and the race win.
Race win's very different. I'm gonna go with Jambo. I think Jambo LGS for the race win. I'm going for.
Only go with one.
I'll go for LGS for the race win.
Oh, very interesting. Well, LGS is actually right behind his teammate, Dizzy Cupid. He seems to be struggling on this lap, and LGS is getting a much better run. He's actually, could he get the slipstream here and actually improve on his lap? He's got the slipstream off his teammate. This is going to be pole position for LGS.
Oh, what a lap time!
LGS pulls it out of the back.
Now, team orders right there. 10-second penalty for LGS. Now, stunning lap. I'm having LGS as my pole sitter now.
No, you can't. You've said
Nobody really heard me say Jambo.
stuff. Look, Jamal's actually and he's actually boxing. Like I said, guys, if you've got any messages that you'd like to send, you can send them on. If you'd like to send them personally to myself or Chris, send them to righteoustag840 or to XRL Bobbert, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Davey, who's now down into P2, is about to start his next set of runs. Flame Dragon is currently on a lap. I'm not too sure as to how relevant it is, and if it's. I think he's on full throttle here, so I'll stick with Flame Dragon. Currently P6 on a 33.7. Has had his that, but seems to have been resolved. It seems to be looking better. Fingers crossed for him. He impressed me once again last week, the Flame Dragon. Potentially he should have been on the podium, potentially even second place, but things happen, and unfortunately he lost that podium, but he did gain it back in the end.
Well, the right result was given in the end, so obviously well done to Flame Dragon for that podium. Shame we couldn't hear from you on the night, but obviously hopefully your connection with holds and we get to hear from you tonight.